very different. So finally, let's move on to third main point. So how to become a better English speaker? Speaking is the most important but also most difficult part to foreign students. Because when they try, they might be very good at grammar or some structure of some sentences, but when they when they try to speak English, it's not easy. They can't say as freely as they can, because they are always thinking about some steps to translate from their mother tongue to English. That's why it takes some time to speak compared to native speakers. And let's imagine the teacher has asked a question in class, and from that time you have to do many things like, first, you have to understand the question the teacher gave you, and second, you have to think what answer you want to give to your teacher. And third, you should find the words that you need to make the answer. And for next, you should make sure the grammar is correct or not. And finally, you can try to get proper pronunciation and intonation. Then you can give the answer to your teacher. You have to do many things like this, but you just have very little time to prepare it. That's why speaking is very difficult. And to make it more difficult, you have to do it with everyone else who's watching at you and listening to you. So how can we improve our speaking skills? Speaking is very similar to learning how to swim. The more you practice, the better you will become. So I will give you some ways to get as much speaking practice as possible. If you are a student, you have to use your class as much as you can. First, you have to ask and answer question in class as much as you can, and you have to try to answer all the teacher's questions silently in your head and repeat and repeat and repeat. And then if you work in a group with native speakers, don't let them do all talking, because you have to make your chance to speak. And try to make some friends who don't have the same language. It's very important. If you really want to improve your English, you should stay away from some friends from the same country. And join a lunchtime club or do an after-school activity. It means, yes, you should make your own opportunity to speak more. And the most important thing is, don't worry about making mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, and even though native speakers make some mistakes when they talk, because speaking is such a complicated skill, and it doesn't matter if your spoken English is perfect or not. What is important is you can communicate with English speaker. And the next, keep talking and talking. I want to emphasize this again. The more you practice, the better you will become as a good English speaker. So if you don't know how to use the certain word, you can think about the other way to express that word. Or you can use hand gestures, or you can use facial expressions, or you can use mime, or even you can draw a picture. Everything's possible when you're speaking. So don't give up and just keep talking and talking and talking. And then knowing some common expressions could be very useful to take part in conversation naturally, because it can make your preparing time much shorter than before. And you should don't think in your own language first and then translate it later. It takes some time, and just try to think in English. That's the point. So we've talked about some typical Australian slang and spoken English expressions, and we talk about the reason for the difference, and we've talked about the way to become a better English speaker. So what I want to say is, you can do it. Of course, learning English is not easy. You need much time to do it, and of course much money, and you should make much effort to learn English, but you can do it. Why not? Thank you!